What's up, guys? Welcome back, my channel. Today we're reacting to the 10 most impactful hand-to-hand combat fights in anime. I think we all love action anime, especially anime where you have like that gorgeous ass fight scene, and it's like the final battle, and the music's playing the grab sound. And that's what I'm saying. As much as I love Bleach, while it did have hand-to-hand combat moments in it, like there's not like a good old hand-to-hand combat fight. That's what a lot of people like. If you realize towards the end of Shippuden, that's what a lot of people were complaining for. They was like, oh, now it's just like Dragon Ball Z, make explosions, there's no hand-to-hand combat. That's why that final fight between Naruto and Sasuke was so incredible, because the hand-to-hand combat was dope. But anyway, today we're reacting to this. This is done by ViniiTube or VTube. Sorry if I pronounce the channel name, but this is them. All credit goes to them and everything. This is just me reacting to it. I hope they're cool with it. If not, y'all can just ask me to reel down, and I'll just be that. But I think you guys are cool. But again, all credit goes to the ones that made this. So we're gonna get right to it. It's probably gonna be a lot of anime that I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the rails that are. So we're gonna get right to it. If you like, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Make sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. About the reaction, what you guys think, who you guys that plays, you guys think those was right, let me know. Make sure to check on the description. I will post the link to the video as well as the VTube channel if you guys want to check them out, as well as their Patreon and their Twitter as well, and I also have a link to my social media as well. But yeah, let's get into this.
When we think of an anime fight, we often think of giant swords or out-of-this-world weaponry with magical powers. If not, then maybe mecha battles are the next to pop in your mind, with some of the most memorable fights in anime history involving those. As for the swords or weaponry statement, I think a lot of Attack on Titan fights feature extensive scenes of eye-catching sequences thanks to the maneuver gear and the scale of the battle. However, for this video, we're not talking about those. This week, I'm going to be spending time briefing you about the next best thing, hand-to-hand combat. I said the next best thing, but that doesn't mean that these fights really play second fiddle.
Though I don't know, because like, the monorail, him take on the entire Soviet Alliance, like I would say in Impact Goes, this is the first time we ever got to see him really do something. We just saw him just wipe out like an entire section of a small arm. So I guess you could say it's impactful. I don't know.
To seeing Levi slice up the Beast Titan, or Gilgamesh unleashing the Gate of Babylon on some poor soul. In some ways, hand-to-hand combat sometimes feels even more intense and important than those featuring swords and weapons. After all, here you have characters getting down and dirty, outright using their bodies, magically enhanced or otherwise, to deliver a world of hurt to their opponents. Without further ado, let's get to it.
That fight was awesome.
We start off with a bang by taking a look at Eren's fight against the female Titan. Now, which fight are we talking about here? Eren and the female Titan had numerous scuffles in the first season of Attack on Titan, but we're going to be talking about the first one. Seeing the death of the Levi squad, Eren goes into full rage mode as he always did. Seriously, Eren and rage mode seem synonymous with each other. Transforming himself into a Titan, hope seems to be on the way for the good guys, and the female Titan will be put down by our hero's empowered state. Well, not really. This is Attack on Titan we're talking about here, and we just saw teamwork crumble in the face of an insurmountable foe.
Yeah, I remember that episode. I was completely shocked. I could not believe they just killed off all those characters just introduced like that. Like, I was so shocked. I was like, no, they didn't. I was like, because for me, like, it was rare at that moment. I was like, damn, anybody can just die in this series at any moment. And if they literally introduce them like in the same episode or chapter in the next like few minutes or pages, it's like, forget. Like that was for me. That was
still. Eren gives it his all in this epic battle of the behemoths that remain one of the most memorable moments of Attack on Titan's first season. The two giants traded and matched up to each other with earth-shattering blows, but at length, it's the female Titan who comes out on top, pulling Eren out of his flesh and blood mecha in style. It's a nice fight that firmly cemented the female Titan's status as a major threat.
Then Nika came in that bitch and sliced her. Mika. Oh my god.
Those who recognize Kiss Shot more as the little vampire Shinobu will probably be surprised to see this side of her. Kizumonogatary's highlight fight features her battle with Araragi, and it's as graphic as it gets. An omnipotent being looking to die, Kiss Shot looks to fulfill that goal by fighting Araragi. The problem is that being a powerful being that she is, the fight's not going to be so easy. The only thing that keeps the duo alive is their own powers and regeneration. In the end, Kiss Shot arguably lost this one on purpose, yet one can't deny that she had one hell of a fight. Normally now, I would say something like, that's how you make an emotional climax of an arc, but the fight's so cartoony in its delivery and animation that it probably appeals more to a certain demographic.
See where her boobs see what's running? What the fuck is this? This shit looks crazy.
Still, kudos to the animation team for showing us this epic battle. The anime changed some of the things, so you might want to see the novel version of this fight. It offers a slightly different yet fulfilling new experience.
To some alarming video of a violent attack in Brooklyn. Police say a group of men ambushed.
Sorry guys, let me get a plug. I never watched this, so I heard
seeing
it was
a poster
good,
of the Psycho Pass anime would make anyone think that this anime is not going to be one to feature a lot of notable hand-to-hand combat. The Gen Urobuchi masterpiece, having a premise backed by psychological themes revolving around mortality, does tend to lean towards more shootouts and cerebral battles. You probably remember the series more for its themes and charismatic characters. However, it's also here that I unexpectedly saw one of the best hand-to-hand fights in recent memory. Kogami versus Makishima as a fight on Psycho Pass's episode 16 is an intense slugfest. The two combatants' contrasting personalities reflected in their fighting styles, and there's just a lot of motion. The two slug it out, pitting Makishima's grace and precision against the rough street fighter in Kogami. The fight features minutes of crisp animation, and it spills all over the place. It was a hyped fight back then, and looking back at it now, it's certainly aged well.
This is another anime I never got a chance to watch.
A hand-to-hand combat video is not complete without a rep from legendary boxing anime Hajime no Ippo. To make way for the next fight on the list, Sawamura versus Ippo. I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, Sawamura is probably one of the toughest opponents Ippo had to face in the entire run of the Hajime no Ippo anime. This fight's also, in my opinion, the culmination of Sawamura's arc, and looking at the fight in context makes it even better. Throughout its run, Hajime no Ippo has spoiled us with gritty, intense fights, and this one's no exception. Given that Ippo is fighting the greatest counterpuncher of all and a psychopathic individual at that, this fight's in no way a walk in the park for our hero. The long fight presents some of the best twists and moments in any Ippo fight in the series, and you really have to see it to believe it. In some ways, Hajime no Ippo is really one of the kings of hand-to-hand combat when you talk about anime. The fight is also notable for the Dempsey roll scene, so you might want to take note of that as well.
Bro, I have to go check this out. This shit is good. God damn! Fuck them little shouting about.
For all the praise the Fate series has gotten for its animation and soundtrack, one entry...
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Fishes. I haven't watched this one yet. I kind of got tired of it. You know, Fishes is a great anime. Like, the animation is incredible. I love, you know, Saber and Archer, and but like I just kind of stopped because there's so many different fates. I was just kind of like, damn, I'm kind of tired.
That often gets overlooked is Apocrypha. Most people know Apocrypha for Mordred, Jean, and Astolfo, but it also gave us one of the best hand-to-hand battle scenes in the franchise. Given how the franchise prides itself on historical figures and their otherworldly noble phantasms, you'd be surprised to see a straight-up hand-to-hand battle like this. But it did happen. The battle between Achilles and Chiron is a fight to remember. Two fighters in their decisive battle gave us one of the best sequences in Fate Apocrypha. With each impactful blow, the viewers get sucked into a very immersive and visually impressive fight. Their final fight's the well-deserved payoff for Achilles' journey in overcoming his personal obstacle. Hey, it may not be a UFO-table show, but Fate Apocrypha is an often overlooked gem that deserves more love. Hand-to-hand fight? Sounds like a job for Saitama.
I don't know, because it's hard, because Saitama, like, is it really hand-to-hand where it's just a one-shot? Like, I mean, it is, but it's like, is it like, I don't know about this one. I felt, because, like, yeah, it's impactful, I guess, but, like, I remember my friend watched this fight, I was just like, ooh, Saitama's down name, as his name hints. He's literally called One Punch Man. So for me, like, I don't want to think of hand-to-hand combat. Like, Saitama's not the first person that comes to my mind, even though he had some great hand-to-hand combat. Like, when him and Goro fighting against anime, that shit's gonna be crazy. But it's like, because he just usually just one hits his opponent, it's hard for me to imagine him just as like a really if you remember the second season during the martial arts tournament, he didn't even know who martial arts was. He just kept hitting. He just kept one-shotting everybody with a chop. He had like no martial arts training, but because he was so damn strong, it's like, what the fuck is martial arts? It's like the whole thing. Like, yeah, Batman could be Superman with his gadgets and prep time stuff, but you just throw him like naked in the street no clothes in the jungle and shit. Like, who gonna win? Like of course, that's what it's like. So I don't know about Saitama.
With how easy every fight is for Saitama, it's really a bit hard to pinpoint a fight that's drawn out and contains a lot of epic moments. However, Saitama taking on the onslaught of an entire race is something that will live on for the near future. Looking at the animation for this fight, you'd be surprised to see what peak One Punch Man was like, especially if you just came from watching an episode of Season 2. The animation, the camera angles, the close-ups, it's all there. Such an exhilarating fight gets pushed to another level thanks to the work they put into the animation. Well, I'd like to speak much more on the fight itself now, but what can you say? What do you expect out of Saitama? It's not really a fight we can comment much about because it's practically a slaughter. But it turns out that Saitama was just dreaming up the entire epic encounter. The fight was wonderfully animated. It has some really...
Yeah, Season 1, like, in terms of animation, One Punch Man was off the chains. I know a lot of people said with Season 2, I wasn't that disappointed, but if you do compare it to Season 1, it's like, nah, bro, no contest, no contest.
Great hand-to-hand action. If you want to see a whole race go extinct in the span of a few minutes by facing off against one Baldy, you've got it in this fight here.
Sorry, guys. Hold on, man. God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. Another fucking ad.
One simple software traded over and over again, month after month, year after year.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know about the ad those out either. I'm sorry. This fight, though. This fight was oh my god, this fight was fucking epic as shit, bro. Luffy,
over the years, One Piece has given us a lot of cool and emotional fights. In addition to the emotional context and the weight of the fight, I'd say that the battle against Lucci is one of Luffy's fights that is all about his raw power. For a lot of fights, Luffy receives help in true shonen fashion, whether it be surviving Crocodile's initial assaults through luck or Law helping out against Doflamingo and others. However, this battle against Lucci's a good old physical brawl that, barring some motivations from Usopp, basically is a battle that Luffy won through effort. Not a lot of plot-related devices going on around to help Luffy secure the win, and we're treated to a nice little slugfest that features the two combatants.
I'm so glad this is so high because this fight, I'm gonna watching this shit, guys. You understand? This fight was epic in literally every sense of the fucking word. Like, the fight between him and Luffy, just the raw emotion, the passion, from Luffy to Lucci just wanting to fucking kill. Like, it was just such an incredible fight. And like, to me, like, to this day, it's easy. Not just one, like, for me, like, top 5 fights in One Piece. Easy. This is Luffy's best fight. This fight was fucking epic. Like I said, from the animation to the emotion to just the raw fucking grit of these characters. Like, he right. Besides just like some, I guess, a pep talk from Usopp, but though in Shonen anime, it's like that's like a Super Saiyan God power up. Might as well be. Luffy was able to just go toe to toe with this monster that was Lucy and this fucking Panther Force. So this definitely deserves number 4. Like,
since answering each other with blazingly hard punches and physical feats.
Number 1. This fight was so incredible, bro. Look at that scene. But this fight was cool though. I don't know if
I've recently talked about Gon versus Hisoka in another video. I think that what carries this fight really hard is the context and how it plays out in the grander scheme of things in Hunter x Hunter. For so long, Hisoka's been this obstacle that urges Gon forward in addition to his previous goals. After a scuffle that ended poorly for our protagonist, the two go head to head once more.
He's like a Orochimaru's forgotten son that just Orochimaru threw away, so he decided to become a clown. That nigga is like, he is straight creepy.
The Heavens Arena. Gon takes the initiative and starts the battle with his preemptive strike. What follows is a touch-and-go fight where both fighters calculate each other's moves. The potential that's been teased forever for Gon is in full display, and the two fighters go at it in some good old unarmed combat. When the dust clears, Hisoka remains standing tall, victorious over his plucky opponent. There's no shame in defeat for Gon though, as despite him looking outmatched, he surely gave Hisoka a far tougher fight than the Enigma would have imagined heading into the battle.
Yeah, the only problem I have with that fight though is like, you kind of could figure that Gon, like you said, Gon gave him a hell of a fight, but you kind of could figure that Gon wasn't going to win that fight. And I don't know, I would put Luffy and I would put Luffy and Lance before that. The fight between him and Spike, like him and Spike, and yeah, we're gonna get to that. But I just want to say, like, I would actually put that above Gon versus Hogu, because like, yeah, I mean, I get what they're saying, the concept of the story, like, he was such an obstacle for Gon when he first appeared. He was constantly egging Gon on, went Gon to get stronger, and they finally had that fight moment. But for me, it's kind of like, it wasn't really their final fight because Gon really wasn't on his level yet. And like, yeah, God gave him a hell of a fight, but we all knew in the end, like, Gon was going to lose. I think like if you went and watched that fight and you thought Gon was going to win, then you were fucking smoking. It's like if Gon went against the End King. It's like, no, you knew who was going to win. But it is a great fight. I do think it deserves to be on this list. I just don't know if it should be above Luffy. Like honestly, I would have to put Luffy and Lucci above Gon again. But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. That's just me. Maybe it's just me. Spike. That's my thing right there.
Looks like deja vu here, doesn't it? But Spike and Vincent's fight is once again second place on another list. One of the greatest fights in the 2000s makes it back and barely misses the top spot once again. However, that's not a knock against the fight. As far as the fight's concerned, it's a glorious work of art, especially considering the context. You wouldn't expect animation like this in the 2000s, and what it shows simply blows some of the modern anime fight scenes out of the water. Spike and Vincent's battle features action that's intense, fast, crisp, and chaotic. The two fight
like look just from every blow to the sweat dripping to what they're fighting, like that's animation right there. You know, that's what a lot like I remember my sister asked, she was like, you know, why is Cowboy Bebop considered like so legendary in like the anime community? And she didn't really like it. She only watched like a couple episodes, but she really like, I said, because of characters like Spike. I said, really, for me, it's just Spike. Spike is just fucking amazing. He's easily one of the best anime protagonists like ever, just best anime characters ever. And this is what I consider legendary, just from the depth of the show to the characters to the fight scene, whether it was a hand-to-hand fight or whether it was a shootout, like everything about Cowboy Bebop made it just amazing for me. And let's just say, like, it's moments like this, and it was also known just for its incredibly good animation, like back then in the 2000s. Like I was born like 1998, so it's like this. I was only like a baby, pretty much, like probably 2-3 years old when this came out. When this came out. So just the fact that it has animation that looks better than animation nowadays, like in 2020, it's fucking crazy. Like, what else can you say but legendary?
All over the place, and it's not every day that you can get a fight where you feel every ounce of emotion from the combatants backed by really excellent delivery in each blow. It's rare to see an uphill underdog battle be this epic.
It was crazy. This is number 1? Oh, bro, I don't know. I mean, no, this fight was.
If you've been following this channel for a while, of course you'll remember this moment. Nevertheless, Obito versus Kakashi is here once again, and we have to partly thank the build-up for that. Builders ninjas at the top of their game, as well as having an entire mini-arc dedicated to their past, Kakashi and Obito have all the makings of a big-time match. Their inevitable confrontation and conclusion of their year-long storyline has been hyped to hell and back, and when we do see it, it delivers in every possible way. Despite me talking about the build-up, that's not to say that the fight is in any way shabby. The blitzing speed at which this fight happens inside Kamui and the responding of powers between the two tip-top fighters all come together to create one of the best fights in Naruto's decade-long history. Period.
I thought that one went to, like, if Naruto was up here, I thought it was gonna be that fight between Naruto and Sasuke. Because I understand what you're saying though, like the build-up between Naruto and Obito, from just, you know, we found about the story, about what happened, about from Obito why he's doing this. Like, it was a great build-up. But for me, I would put Naruto and Sasuke above that. I would. I'm sorry if it like that's number 1 spot, and it is a great fight. I think it should be on this list. But if it was a fight from Naruto I had to pick, it would have to be for me Naruto and Sasuke, because we knew Naruto and Sasuke before we knew about Obito and really Kakashi and the whole build they had just from Naruto, just supporting, like, from them going, like, for me, like, if I had to put a fight, it would be that fight. That fight between Obito and Kakashi is fucking amazing. Like, the hand-to-hand combat, the fast pace and everything, and then the story back and forth, it's incredible. But I would just have to place Naruto and Sasuke above this. That's just me. But let me guys know your thoughts down below.
For this top 10 list, I wonder which one among these fights is your favorite. I want to know your thoughts, so please let them be known through the comment section below. As usual, if you enjoy this video and want more content like this, the like and subscribe buttons are there. Make sure to click the bell button too. That way you'll be immediately informed whenever we release a new video. I hope to see you in the next video. There's a lot more to come, so I'll see you next time on ViniiTube.
Alright guys, that was the end of the video. Shout out to ViniiTube. Shout out to ViniiTube. It was actually a pretty cool list. There's only two things I did agree with. I said I would put Lucci over the fight with Gong, and Luffy and Lucci over that fight of Hunter x Hunter, and I would have put Naruto. Personally, if I had to pick a Naruto one, I had to put Naruto and Sasuke. But maybe that's just me because I was just a fanboy from an early age from them. But anyway, guys, again, shout out to ViniiTube for making this list. It was fucking awesome. The videos, I absolutely loved it. It actually made me want to go watch some of these anime, or at least some of these fight scenes in these anime. So shout out to them again. All credit goes to them and everything. They're really done just reacting to it. Like, I hope you guys don't mind. But make sure to go check them out. Like I said, I believe a link below the description of the original video, as well as their channel, their Patreon, and their YouTube. I mean, and their Twitter. I think they have a bigger channel too. So please go check them out, subscribe, and like, because they seem to have some great things. If you guys like, make sure to give me a like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to leave me your thoughts down below. Do you guys want me to react to a Volume 2 or anything else from YouTube? Let me know, please, down below. Make sure to check, like I said, check out the links and check out my social media. I'll be in the description as well. But this is Car Action, and I'm out. Peace.